What are the key KPIs which we product managers track, and how do we map these KPIs to the features we create in our product? Hello everyone, I am Debanjan and this is Prodcraft. If you are a new product manager or aspiring to be one and you don't know anything about KPIs, this is the right place for you. Let me tell you a somewhat interesting story, which was actually a bit embarrassing for me when I was a new product manager. I had just shipped my first new feature, and someone from the leadership asked me in a meeting, "Hey, Debanjan, so was it a success?" I was like, "Yeah, the delivery was a success." And then I was asked back, "You can guess what? No, the delivery was a success, we know that, but did it create the impact what we were looking for?" And I was like, um, I hope this has never happened to you. And if you listen to this video, I can promise you this will never happen to you. In two simple acts, I will tell you six of the primary KPIs which we track. I will map them to some real world scenarios to give you an example on how these KPIs actually work. And then I will also try to map it to how we track them as product managers. I have created a simple playbook for that, just like the previous video. And in Act 2, I will show you how to map features to these KPIs. You just build a new feature and you have to map it to these KPIs. How do you do that? I will tell it in this video. So by the end of this video, you will be ready with the entire playbook, which I will attach in the description. You can have a look, and at any time in the future, just go to this video. So yeah, let's go ahead and dig right in.
Okay, so as you see here, I talked about these six key metrics, and this will be the part of Act 1. Okay, so the first metric, which is actually the most common one which we track, is activation. What is activation? It is basically defined as the moment a new user reaches the first real value. You ask, what is it exactly? Just imagine that you turn the key on the car on your ignition and the car actually starts. So, yeah, you got the first real value. You turned the key and the ignition started, and the car is actually, the engine is working, right? So, that is something which you can call as an activation. In your product, it can be the first message you sent, or the first order which was completed, or the first user who basically subscribed, or you were able to onboard and they were able to do the task which they were supposed to do. So you need to define the exact action as a product manager that equals to first value. Keep it simple. Keep it as just one simple task or action that defines the first value. And once that is completed, that is the aha moment for the user. That is also the aha moment for you as a product manager. The next is the one which I talked about a lot in the last video, TTV, or time to value. How long it takes the new user to hit that first value. And of course, needless to say, the shorter is better. What does that mean? Let's draw an analogy. You enter a restaurant, the waiter actually welcomes you and takes you to your table. You sit down, you are presented with the menu card, you make your choice, you order the food, and the food comes to your table, and you take the first bite of the food you wanted to savor. That is your aha moment, right? How much time it took for you? Maybe 3 minutes if it is like a fast food restaurant like McDonald's. Of course, you wouldn't be seated at a table by a waiter in that case. But just to say, if you go to, say, your favorite Chinese restaurant, then probably 10 minutes. So that is the TTV, the time to value, from sign up to the first task completed or the first order which was placed. As a product manager, what does it mean? What you need to do to reduce this time to value? You need to remove unnecessary steps so that the first success happens fast. Say, in your case, you are trying to onboard a user. You have, like, I don't know, like 10 steps for a user to get onboarded. I don't know about you, but if I have 10 steps, I will be really bored and I don't want that. So, your job is to make that five. And that is something which you should also provide in a progress bar so that I know that, okay, I'm halfway now or more than halfway after I have completed three steps. So, yeah, that is your job as a product manager to define the success. DAU, MAU, a very interesting metric. The daily or the monthly active users. How often and how many people actually are using your product? You have to take this into account. You create a product and people are not using it, it doesn't make any sense, right? You might have created the next best Instagram and then there are no users. So, how does it matter? You need to create a product which people are using. It is the same as people visiting the gym, right? How many people are visiting the gym daily or monthly? And the example is that users who perform at least one meaningful action which gives them value per day or per month. And as a product manager, you need to design simple return paths or helpful reminders that bring people back. Like, those notifications you get from Instagram. Hey, someone posted a new video. Would you like to see it? Or someone uh, did some new action and they are just calling you back to see that. Or say if you have e-commerce analytics website, so you provide a certain analytic update as a pop-up to your user saying that, hey, you know what, your product is out of stock, so maybe you need to go and check that. That would be a simple return path and the people would love to get those alerts or notifications to as reminders to bring them back to your product, right? Retention, again, one of the key KPIs. How many users return and keep using over time? So, you can give a free trial of your product, but members should keep showing up after the free trial. I mean, you take a free trial of, say, Spotify and you just delete the membership after that. What is the point of that? As a product manager of Spotify, you did not get any money from them. So basically, probably they did not see any value in buying a Spotify full membership. So you need to see and track the members who keep coming back after the end of the free trial as well. So you need to create these different cohorts, like 7-day cohorts or 30-day cohorts or 3-month cohorts. So, and as a product manager, how to track this and how to find value of this. You need to find the drop off moments and create nudges to return to value quickly. What does this mean? When people are actually canceling the subscription, you need to find out why they're canceling it. Is it because of the price, or is it because they did not find the necessary value they were looking for, or they found another product which was serving their purpose and they moved on? Many times many users probably wouldn't give you the correct answer, but at times many users would. And even if you get like 30 to 35% of meaningful answers, that is a lot of value for you. If a user says that, yeah, I'm canceling Spotify Premium because I got a better value of, I don't know, Amazon Prime. So that why, and then you go and check Amazon Prime, what extra value they are creating for the user, and probably you try to provide more value to a user in Spotify, right? The next is revenue per user. So, how much is the average money per user, or RPU as we call it in product manager parlance? So, how much, say you own a cafe or you own a restaurant. So, what is the average spend per diner at your cafe? Are people just coming and buying water and coke and going off, or are they buying full meals, or are they just having the dessert and you are not able to get a return on your investment? So you need to find the average spend per diner at your cafe. So like subscription tier upgrades or checkout conversions or any add-ons which people want, so you are giving an add-on package or something. So you need to connect the value to the pricing clearly as a product manager, like people should know that they're getting the value for the money they are paying you. And the more value they realize they are getting better than your competitors, the more they will be ready to pay. If you provide some additional add-ons or something which you just throw it into the package, or say you provide a tiered pricing model, which you see in many of the products these days, people will see the value and they probably would be able to do that. There are several techniques which are there in tiered pricing and these checkout conversion. I won't go into details because that would be like 1 hour video if I go there. So let's just say that you are able to connect some value to the pricing. And the last one is the error rate, the percentage of actions that fail, the number of crashes your product has, or the failed payments it has, or something like that. Say a user is trying to make a payment on an e-commerce website, you are trying to buy something on Amazon and you go to the pricing and the page hangs. Boom, that's bad, right? Or say you are trying to subscribe to a gym membership using an app, and you enter your details and you click on next and nothing happens. Your phone hangs. Is that a problem of a phone or the app? You don't know, but it looks bad for both of them, right? Probably it's a problem with the app, or probably it's with the phone. Either way, whoever has that problem, that is a bad thing for them. So an analogy is, of course, like the kitchen ruins or something. So like I said, login failures, payment declines, or API errors, or something like that. So you need to prioritize the list of errors, and you need to add validation checks, and you need to find a graceful fallback. What does that mean? Say as soon as payment fails, the user should find a fallback option for them, right? So that is something which you have to find, and that is, my friend, very important as a product manager, so that users can still find some value even if they are finding some errors. If a payment has failed, you need to provide a notification for them. If something has crashed, you need to provide a notification for them. You should tell them that our team is working over there, and you have to prioritize that, right? So that is, my friends, the list of 6 uh, KPIs which I wanted to talk about today.
Hey guys, so we just talked about Act 1, and I did not assume that the video would get this long. So I decided to stop right here and probably talk about Act 2 in the next video. Nevertheless, the checklist which I talked about, I will link it in the description. Nevertheless, you can have a look, and these two videos will be divided into two parts, but it will be all the same. It will be part of the same playlist which has been going on. execution and outcomes, and I highly recommend you to watch all my videos over there. You can also watch the previous playlist, which was about product roadmaps. So yeah, and if you have any comments about this video, if you have any questions about KPIs, or if there are other KPIs you are tracking in your organization, in your product, in your project, with your team, I would ask you to put that in the comments for all of us to probably learn something new. There are definitely several other KPIs we track, as you would see in your journey as a product manager. But the thing is that I could only teach you guys about these six, which are the most commonly used ones. So yeah, I mean, if there are anything else which you want to mention, I would highly recommend you to do that. So yeah, I will see you in the next video, where we will pick up right where we ended this video. Okay, see you. Bye.